Hey folks, Kaya here. I Should Roll will always be free to listen to, but it's not free to make. So please consider supporting us by subscribing to our Ko-fi at ko-fi.com/Intergalactic Improv Initiative. You'll find the link in the show notes. As a stellar streamer, you'll receive exclusive bonus content and our enduring gratitude. Tiers start at $2 per month. See you on Calliope Station.
Correctly with the correct amount.
D20 Radio, where gamers roll.
www.d20radio.com.
A podcast by the Intergalactic Improv Initiative.
Dangerous Dangers, Episode 14, Routine Performance Review, featuring the voices of Maria Damianou and creator Kaya Renwick. Your smile is the sunshine in their cloudiest day. I Should Roll. Last time on Dangerous Dangers, after the Corsica's run-in with the Shadow Broker agent in Nyxandra, Nyx politely excused herself to handle the appointment she was advised of earlier that day. We join her now, while the rest of the crew is headed to Club Eternity.
January 20th, 2189. Tavern Universal Coordinated Calendar. Ilium. Tasale System. Crescent Nebula. Nyxandra. Office District.
Nyx heads out into the glorious metropolis of Nyxandra. It is back almost to the level of commerce and traffic as it was in the years that Nyx is familiar with. The time during the war and just after the war was pretty quiet. Obviously, there was plenty of damage to be repaired, but Ilium is nothing if not industrious, and so we are back up to bustling. The coordinates that you were sent take you to one of a zillion office buildings. Nothing special, certainly it's a nondescript location, and could have been one of any of the office buildings, and clearly this is something that PRS has rented out for the purpose. As you know where PRS headquarters are, or at least you knew where they were, you haven't actually checked, and these are not them, so you are not headed to HQ, as it were. This is somewhere else. And what exactly that means? Good question. And the coordinates, the waypoint leads you directly to a door.
Really? This place? For the amount of money this company has, anyways, man, this would be a shit way to get fired, let me say. This is terrible. At least a basket? Why an encrypted message? Something. Anyways, you know what? Everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine. We have no fucking idea. We have no freaking idea what's happening. So... Nyx enters the building after taking a couple of deep breaths. And this is really awkward.
Luckily, nobody in the building seems to be paying any attention to you. This is one of the many office buildings that is rented out by dozens of businesses. They rent rooms here and there, might rent a suite. You know, there's the directory at the front that has a bazillion names on it, and you can take one of a dozen lifts to the whatever room you need, and everybody's coming in and out. They're on their omnis, on their comms, they're working on a data pad. It's just an office building. It's just an office building. Nobody looks weird. Everybody's wearing the equivalent of a suit and tie, right? And you might get a couple of like, oh, you're wearing a hard suit. That's a little weird, but like, it's not that weird, right? People wander around in hard suits. People hire mercs all the time. It's really not that strange, right? And so you get a couple of curious glances, but nothing major. The suite number that you have been directed to is not listed on the directory as belonging to any of the particular businesses that work in this complex. As far as the directory is concerned, it's an empty suite. However, when you reach there, there's no sign listing it as being for sale, so presumably it's being rented by some private company and just not being advertised, as it's certainly not a public-facing office. When you arrive, the lock panel is orange. Yeah, you have found the room. You were not accosted. Nobody bothered you. Nobody even looked at you twice, really.
Right.
You are now standing in front of a door that is sort of semi-locked, not open to the public, but not hard-locked. And who knows what's behind it?
Really appreciating everybody's work ethic and not paying attention to Nyx. And what the hell? Nobody told me about casual Fridays. So I don't, just whatever. Next time. Okay. I guess we're knocking on this door, or we could just push it open. I totally forgot it.
So you go to knock. You're not sure. Like sometimes these things are like if you knock, someone on the inside might unlock it. But as you lift it, your Omni tool flashes, and there was an encrypted code in the message that unlocks the door. It goes from orange to green, and then the indicator panel disappears, and the door slides open. Inside is a lovely small. You compare it to like a psychiatrist's office sort of deal. Very small, pleasantly appointed, comfortable furniture. There's a desk with a console on top of it, and at sort of a 90-degree angle from it is a comfortable couch. The windows are currently shuttered. There's shelves full of books and data pads. There's a table in between, like a coffee table style thing in between the couch and the desk. Nobody else is in the room. It's fairly dimly lit, although when you walk in, the lights rise a little bit. Not to a bright light, but, a workable light. And yeah, there's no signs, there's no identifying anything. There is just this office with a comfortable seat and a computer in the center of the room, and nobody else is there.
Can we look to see? Nyx would like to check to see if there are any security cameras around, or...
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be perception. Okay. Yeah, perception or investigation.
Oh, okay. I have an idea.
Oh boy.
That is 24.
Okay. You take a look around and you see standard CCTV cameras in the corners. Pretty standard stuff for an office building like this. Most businesses have a couple of cameras just to make sure nobody's slacking off too hard. But it doesn't look like... There are no booby traps. There are no turrets ready to jump out and shoot you. It's, as far as you can tell, it is a standard little office in a standard little office building. And presumably, I will say it doesn't look like those cameras go anywhere but to the main office building system. But unless you were to hack into them, you couldn't be sure. And it's also quite possible that office, like that main building security system, then forwards on the footage to whoever's renting that particular room. But they're certainly not jury rigged. It looks like the room was built this way.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little peculiar for Nyx because even though it's just typical security cam footage, there's usually a local camera present when she has her debriefings. So this is like, she doesn't really care for that type of monitoring. The Corsica had a number of things that we had picked up along the way. One of them being, I know we grabbed a handful of goodies and was wondering if there's a possibility of taking some of the lube we found in the Corsica and smooshing it, smearing it all over the cameras so no one can see what's happening in the room. It's pretty out there.
I don't see why not. I don't see why not. If you think Nyx would have tucked that in her pocket, I don't see a problem with that. Sure. You get up in the corners and you smear lube over the lenses of these cameras. My God, what an image! And as you do so, once you finish, there's three in different corners of the room. As you finished and you sort of cross near the coffee table, an avatar of a nondescript person, vaguely Asari shaped. But with no discernible features, basically like a Vina without a face, explodes or emerges from the console and says, "Destruction of company property is strictly prohibited. So it's a good thing that doesn't actually belong to us."
Oh, well, we weren't really destroying anything. Have you ever seen a TV show where it seems like there's like a dreamlike effect because they put glycerin on the lens? I don't like entering into a room being monitored without some type of special effect of some sort. Yeah, so, you kind of got me. You kind of got me, but, yeah, this is not protocol, and I appreciate the care that you have with other people's property, and, I'd like to say that if you do have this care or uphold this standard of care for other people's property, I would like that sentiment to be extended onto me, if possible, from you potentially hacking or contacting me through my Omni tool, and I really don't appreciate it, and I think you can understand why we had to execute some unusual actions. Gosh, who are you? This is kind of weird. This is not yeah. What's going on?
Please take a seat. I am in charge of conducting your findings debrief and performance review, and in response to your concerns, we completely understand and would like to point out that we contacted you through your company address When we were alerted via the implants which you consented to have implanted during the course of your contracted work to us, were discovered within the confines of the system. So we are, as of this moment, fully within the restrictions imposed upon us and agreed to by you as per the terms of your employment. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we have some questions to discuss. So again, please, take a seat.
Okay. We'll play your little game. I just need to ask, who are you exactly?
I am the supervisor authorized to complete your performance review.
Okay. Supervisor. Does the supervisor have a name?
We have found in reviews of performance reviews and discussions with our operatives that a more anonymous approach tended to put people more at ease.
Okay. Fine. Let's go on. Yeah. Let's see what you got.
Very well. First of all, again, congratulations on a successful research contract completion. Your work is invaluable to Pierre's palliative care. Now, first question. Was the information provided by your immediate supervisor sufficient to your needs in completing your contract?
Can you repeat that question?
Was the information provided by your immediate supervisor sufficient to your needs in completing your contract?
I asked you to repeat the question because I repeated the question to my previous supervisor. And no, the information wasn't sufficient.
I'm sorry to hear that. Could you elaborate?
I would like to elaborate. However, I'm still concerned about this change in management that has happened, at least in my view, quite sporadically. And my concern is that if I were to disclose any other further information to you, and you are not who you say you are, I would be in a lot of trouble. So, if somehow, magically, you can provide any other type of proof that you are who you say you are, I would gladly oblige to your requests.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 3.
You are abruptly racked with searing, burning pain. It starts at the back of your head, at your biotic amp, back of your neck, arcs through your head, down your limbs. It feels like a meld gone wrong. It lasts about 2 seconds and then disappears. Will that be sufficient proof?
Yeah, sure. I believe you. Oh, gosh. Could have just shown, I don't know, an ID or something. You didn't have to freaking... I spent at least 48 hours decompressing, and you just got rid of that, all in a couple of seconds.
It is impressive what mutual trust can provide for a beneficial relationship.
I have to ask, do you have a button of your own?
That information is outside the confines of this conversation.
Okay. Sure.
But good try.
Sure. Okay, so, you want me to elaborate then? Is that what?
What information would have been useful to you in completing your contract?
Well, a little bit more transparency on the mark would have been nice. Did you know that he was a biter? And a little bit more informed than I thought this individual would have been. To the point where it almost felt like I was being set up to fail. Didn't really appreciate it that much, but yeah, things were a little bit sloppier than I'd care to admit. And I think without the proper information to begin with and preparation, that ultimately, not to say that the mission was a bust, but it certainly was one of the sloppiest that we've witnessed. And, I don't know. I don't like doing sloppy work.
That is reflected in your previous performance reviews, and we appreciate your candor. These comments will be passed on to the correct departments, and these, let's call them lacunae, will be remedied in time. Did you encounter any unforeseen challenges while completing this contract?
Unforeseen. I mean, unforeseen. The only unforeseen thing was that when we were initiating the subject, they were already prepared. They were already prepared to be defensive. It's almost like they knew that they knew more than I did about something that I did not disclose with them. And, well, most of the times the marks, I may know of their physical traits, but I don't know any of them personally, initially, at first. In terms of them knowing me. And there just seemed to be a glimmer of truth in what they were disclosing with me very briefly. And it kind of felt like I was hitting one of my own. That the information that was given to me, who this person was false. That they were running away from something. I think from you. Caught me off guard.
Thank you for your candor. In your opinion, did this contract assist you in meeting your research goals?
Can I just say, for the shitstorm that contract was, you have such a pleasant voice. You kind of, you make a lovely shit sandwich. Do you know that? Like, you're making this a lovely sandwich. Anyways, no, it...
Thank you. My performance reviews are very good.
We should hang out sometime. I need this positivity in my life. No, this wasn't This was not satisfactory to my abilities as an agent, to my thorough nature as a scientist, as a doctor. The fact that my life was threatened, probably more than it has been in a while, it felt like as if like there was no preparation whatsoever for this. It felt wrong. And the information that I wanted to get out of this individual did not go according to plan. We had to get a little messy.
We regret that this assignment did not meet your standards, and we will endeavor to assign you contracts more suitable to your goals in the future. Is there anything else you'd like to add to your file?
So, this isn't a 2 weeks notice. We're not getting terminated?
We are very pleased with your performance thus far, Ms. Lalliri. We have no intention of releasing you at this time. Is there anything else you'd like to add to your file?
There are a couple of things I'd like to replenish. One broken visor that I have been requesting for a while, and maybe new management can help sweeten the deal and get that fixed. If you can direct me to the nearest technician capable of handling this, I would be most appreciative, and consider it as satisfactory as my performance that you have delightfully described in this debriefing.
I can certainly forward along the proper applications for a technician, and I assure you that we take pride in providing all our dedicated researchers the equipment that they so desperately need. Thank you for your feedback. Your cooperation is invaluable and appreciated as we work toward a better future for palliative care. And now that we've gotten the pleasantries out of the way, Nyxandra, your performance has been a cut above the rest for the entire time that you've worked for us, and new management has noticed. We are happy to continue providing contracts for the immediate future. However, we feel it only fair to advise you that management intends to sundown all operations connected to Tawalia Station and Dr. Tamara's work.
Can you give that to me plainly?
If there are any specific questions you wish to clarify details, I may be able to assist. Management intends to sundown all operations connected to Tawalia Station and Dr. Tamara's work.
Forgive me, I never disclose anything like this to anybody from BPC. That's why I'm kind of taken aback by the notion of having access to anything of that sort. That's I guess my question is, what do you gain with me knowing?
Management no longer intends to pursue these courses of research. They are being deemed no longer profitable. Therefore, it is only reasonable that those operatives who have benefited most and shown the most interest and most dedication and loyalty to these projects be given fair warning.
Oh, okay. Took us a moment. Why? Why is this happening? Why are you doing this exactly?
Management has deemed these streams of research to no longer be profitable.
I was not informed that profitability was the main focus of said research. So what happens next?
Further information will come in due time.
Where's... No. What does that mean for the rest of the project? Like, where is that information going? Or are you saying to me that that is free to the public or open anywhere? Where... I'm still trying to process all of this. What's going on? Is it available?
All proprietary information will be disposed of in accordance with corporate procedure.
And that's including all of my data? Or is it possible for those who have partake in this project to reclaim their own personal information?
I will forward the appropriate applications to obtain any data to which you may have personal claim. However, I must remind you that upon signature of your employment contract, you release those rights to PR's palliative care indefinitely.
That's upon completion of this contract? This last contract?
Your initial employment contract states that all data obtained during the course of your work for us belongs to and is to be used at the discretion of the company.
Okay. Who made the call? Or is this some bigwig CEO that just didn't even care to look with new management, didn't even care? Like, who made the call?
Management has deemed that these streams of research are no longer profitable.
I don't care. I don't care that they were no longer profitable. I mean, this doesn't make any sense to me because it was beyond that.
We regret the upheaval this must cause. However, management has deemed that these streams of research are no longer profitable and must act accordingly.
Tell me, since this is a last minute, or at least for me, last minute in nature, is there anywhere or anyone else that I could speak to about this? Because I'm sure that I'm not the only one who is dependent on this project and who would benefit from this project. Is there anyone else I could contact or maybe go see?
I will forward all appropriate paperwork to your company email. Additionally, I will reiterate that we are happy to continue providing contracts for the immediate future.
Now, Nyx is trying to be composed and not start smashing things in a room. She wants to see if there's some way to find out where those servers are or where they're storing that data. Or any leads in that. She's thinking about who would potentially be a good source. Methinks it's going to be the Shadow Broker, where everything collides. But she's absolutely livid because she chose, well, choose. That is, that is definitely not what's happening here. She was assigned to do this project. It has been her life. Reoccurring themes here. Working on something all your life, and it goes to crap. But it hasn't yet sunk in like 100% that, because she still thinks she can somehow manage to acquire this information, but it is like she's just thinking about the next steps. What can we do? And how can we possibly charm our way or somehow manage to find a way to that information and secure it in some capacity, because this project cannot be terminated. Her life depends on it.
As you are thinking about this and a little bit freaking out, maybe a lot freaking out.
Yeah.
The avatar just keeps standing there impassive. And after about like 45 seconds of Nyx's panicked thinking, it says,
PR's palliative care thanks you for your invaluable time. We will be in touch in the future.
And then disappears.
Now can I smash everything in the room?
I mean, that's up to you. You want to smash it, you can smash it.
I mean, it's on their bill.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, before we do smash everything up, you said there was a computer there?
Yeah, it's the computer that the avatar came out of or was projected from, yeah.
Is there any way that we can trace where that hologram, that avatar is coming from?
That's a hacking roll.
I want to do it. Nyx is gonna frickin' try. This is like press all the buttons.
Okay.
Have a prayer. Like, by the goddess, we are gonna figure this out. We have to. There's no choice. We have to. What the hell? Shit. Just... No. Nope. Mm-mm. Alright, that's a 15.
You jump on the console as soon as the avatar disappears, and you're clickety-clacking all over the haptic interface. Come on, give me something. And as you've picked up a few things in the last couple of years, but your specialty really is other types of work. And you, not only do you not find anything, but as you're working on it, the console bricks itself.
Come on.
Office Space, that motherfucker.
Yeah, I feel like I need a souvenir. Is there anything else in this space? Is there anything I could freaking take with me? Stapler?
I mean, there's lots of books. Yeah, right? Start checking the drawers. There's lots of books and data pads.
Can we check? Yeah, let's check out those books. And...
Okay, give me an investigation roll.
This is some
corporate bullshit.
This is some corporate bullshit. The hell? Just use me up. That's all. Whatever. Another pawn. 10?
every single one of the books and data pads is fake. Have you been to an IKEA?
I was just about to say, they just IKEA'd Nyx.
Yes, they're like the IKEA books, where they look like real books, but they're all like fake titles, and all the data pads just like have Minesweeper on them.
Oh my gosh. That makes sense. That makes sense.
The plant in the corner is plastic. Like, this whole place is a setup. And it's not even hard to figure it out either. Like, you had a 10. It was not hard to figure out.
All right, let's just burn this. Let's burn this space to the ground. So Nyx is just at her wit's end, and she just, you could see like her hands are trembling. She's building up the like a blue glow is starting to flicker and then swell around her, and she just lets out a and then everything just like everything just collapses within itself on a warp, and just things flying around, fake books, fake data pads, plastic everywhere. Hate it so much. And then just as it's so crazy because it's like right at the threshold of the door, she goes from absolute anger and rage, and the moment she steps outside into the space where others are working and focusing on their own things, it's like passing through a veil, and she's just calm again. And then makes her way towards the door. Oh shit. No. I don't think she wants to leave without blood. But I don't want to explode a building. Okay?
Roll me a con save.
Okay. That's a 19.
Okay. As you step out and you feel the practiced mindfulness settle in, there is something inside of you, something deeply familiar that wants badly. So badly. However, on that high of a con save, it becomes your choice. That hunger and that desire, even though it has not been very long since you last indulged, is roaring hot inside of you. You know what you want, but you have lived with this long enough to also know how to deny yourself.
You have been listening to I Should Roll, Dangerous Dangers, Episode 14, Routine Performance Review, featuring the voices of Maria Damianou as Nyxandra Lalliri, and Kaya Renwick as everyone and everything else. Music and sound effects are used under Creative Commons or royalty-free licenses. For the extended credits, please see the show notes, and for more information, please visit ishouldroll.com. Find us everywhere on social media at I Should Roll, and don't forget to leave us a review. I Should Roll is an Intergalactic Improv Initiative production. This fan podcast is a transformative work and is not affiliated with Electronic Arts or BioWare. Thank you for listening. Have a sunshiny day.